Madam President, I rise today to share some good news from my home state of Maine. It's the story of veterans helping veterans, of 3 people from Maine who have positively impacted the lives of thousands of veterans in my state and done so in a unique way. They make personalized wooden canes with a bold and intricate bald eagle head carved into the handle for any Maine veteran who wants one. I have some pictures here that show a large number of the canes and a close-up. As I noted when one of these canes appeared in my office recently, this eagle has an attitude, and he's positive about the future of this country. About 8 years ago, George and Donna Gunning from Windsor, Maine, heard about a project in Oklahoma called the Eagle Cane Project. The mission was to help post-9/11 veterans who had trouble walking because of leg disabilities due to combat-related action by providing them with a unique hand-carved cane. As a Navy veteran, George, along with his wife Donna Gunning, who grew up in a Navy family, were both immediately familiar with the sacrifices and difficulties that accompany military service. This project touched their hearts, and they quickly recognized it as an opportunity to give back to veterans in Maine. They brought their own version of the project to our state, offering a personalized eagle cane to any Maine veteran who had served anywhere in the world in any conflict across the globe. And it wasn't long before the Gunnings were joined by a fellow named Bert Truman from Hollowell, Maine, who spent 2 decades in the military, in the Navy, Army Reserve, and the Air National Guard. The 3 of them worked together on each cane they made, crafting them, painting them, personalizing each one by etching the veteran's name and molding medals to show their branch of the service and any honors they received. As impressive as each of these masterpieces are, the number that these 3 people have produced is what's really astounding and remarkable. The current count is 2,474 of these personally handmade canes made free of charge and funded for Maine veterans entirely through donations. For all their hard work and dedication, the trio remain adamant that they deserve no special recognition, although I'm giving it to them here today. Instead, they would rather that the attention and admiration and thanks of all of our people be directed toward the veterans who are receiving these canes, who have borne so much for our country. And that is the true magic of this project. It's about recognizing our veterans, supporting them, and giving them something to lean on, both literally, physically, and emotionally. In recent months, as the presiding officer knows, there have been a number of efforts here in the Congress to further support our veterans, to improve their access to care and support services. When the Choice Act, which was signed into law last August, made progress in this area, more work needs to be done. To ensure that provisions of this legislation, which we all voted for and supported last year, are implemented in accordance with our intent, Senator Jerry Moran, Senator Susan Collins, and myself and others have introduced a bill to improve how the VA determines eligibility for the Choice program. Currently, veterans can only use their Choice cards if they cannot get an appointment within 30 days at a VA facility and face an excessive burden of travel, such as a body of water, or if they live more than 40 miles as the crow flies from any VA facility, regardless of whether or not it provides the type of care they need. In my opinion, Madam President, this isn't what Congress intended. In rural states like Maine, as the crow flies is not a good definition of a distance. And we have to take into account whether or not the VA facility in question can provide our veterans with the specific care services they require. So the bill, sponsored by Senator Moran, Senator Collins, and myself and others, offers a fix by requiring the VA to use its existing authority to offer community care to veterans who live more than 40 miles driving distance from the nearest VA facility that provides the type of care they need. I hope that in the coming weeks, the Senate Veterans Affairs Committee and the similar committee in the House will hold hearings on this issue so that we are able to provide a path forward and correct what I think is certainly a fixable portion of the Choice Act that we passed last year. As we look for that path and as we think about veterans' issues, I think these eagle canes provide some inspiration. The bald eagle, of course, is a national symbol of freedom and independence. And with these canes, it's also come to symbolize in Maine the debt of gratitude we owe to our nation's veterans. Each cane is a treasured reminder that someone cares, someone notices, and someone appreciates what they've done. I've seen firsthand the powerful effect that these canes have. Earlier this month, I was meeting with members of the Maine Veterans of Foreign Wars, and one of the gentlemen who sat right next to me in my office had with him this beautifully carved eagle cane. Thinking it was the only one of its kind, I asked him where he found something so unique and interesting and powerful, and he said, well, it was made right here in Maine, and I'm not the only person that has one. It was one of thousands made in a Windsor, Maine workshop. But more telling was how quickly and enthusiastically the VFW members, also in my office that day, jumped in to explain where the canes came from and how glowingly they spoke of this project and what it has meant to veterans in Maine. They knew the history of the project, they described the meticulousness of the craftsmanship, which you can see here, and they quickly gave me George Gunning's name, and their enthusiasm underscored their true appreciation for the support and recognition this Eagle Cane project in Maine had given to them and their fellow veterans. To Bert, George, and Donna's work is a true testament to the strength of our veterans community in Maine, and that really is what it's all about. Good news from Maine, Madam President. Good news about our commitment to each other and our commitment to our veterans. It's often said that Maine is a big, small town with very long streets. We know each other, we care about each other, and in this case, we deeply care about our veterans.